Thanks, Dave.
School, in elementary, in grade school,
Yes.
in science or whatever,
Yes.
what did they teach you about the Earth? Did they teach you that it was flat?
Yes.
They taught you that the Earth was flat.
The Earth was flat.
And stationary and does
Yes.
not move.
Yes.
And then later in your life, they said it's a spinning globe.
To this day, it's hard for me to believe it's round.
Okay?
And I lived a good, quiet life. I was a shy girl, timid, shy. I was used to my animals were my friends.
We all love animals.
I had a pet pig. Most kids have pet dogs or cats. I had a pet pig,
What was his name?
Pinky.
Did he come when you called him?
Oh, he was by my side all the time.
Wow.
And all of a sudden, Pinky grew up.
Got too big.
And I come home from walking home from school, and I heard my father say, "Here comes Ruthie, get her out of here."
Uh-oh.
They had Pinky upside down. All the men, the farm members were
They
there.
harvested Pinky. Well, Pinky had a good life.
Yes,
Pinky had a good life.
yes, he
Right.
was my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a rat in college as a pet rat. His name was Clyde. And we had him for 4 years, and he ate pizza every night and drank schnapps when it was time to go to bed so he wouldn't bother us in the middle of the night.
Oh,
And in
wow.
the 4th year, he was kind of too big. Nobody really could take him. So he met our next door neighbor's pet, the boa constrictor, who ate him.
Oh no.
So we have a similar story.
Yes. Yes.
But he had a good life.
Yes.
He drank beer and schnapps every night after his pizza. He liked pizza crusts.
Is that right?
Yes.
No, I never was a drinker.
Clyde, the rat, was the
A
drinker.
quiet life.
All right.
I never knew what beer, liquor, or anything was. I grew up with my father would take us when we got older in the car.
I have another question for you. In school, in elementary, in grade school,
Yes.
in science or whatever,
Yes.
what did they teach you about the Earth? Did they teach you that it was flat? Or
Yes.
They taught you
Yes.
that the Earth was flat
The Earth was flat.
and stationary and does
Yes.
not move.
Yes.
And then later in your life, they said it's a spinning globe.
To this day, it's hard for me to believe it's round.
It's not. It's flat.
It is.
It is flat and doesn't move, and they're hiding that information from us because they're hiding God. They don't want you to know that we live in an intelligently designed, created flat Earth. Isn't that amazing?
Amazing.
Yeah. I'll show you when I'm done talking how it works. But if you look at water, the ocean sea level. Level
Right,
means flat.
Right.
And if there was a curve, things would go behind the curve, but they don't. Like when you see a boat disappear behind the curve, that's just because of our eyes can't see it anymore. You get a zoom camera, zoom in, there's the boat again.
Oh no.
Yeah, and the sun goes down
Right.
just because if this was the sun, watch, here's the sun, right?
Right.
And the sun's just going to go away. Look, it's
That's
setting.
right. That's
It's
what
setting.
that's one thing that amazed me.
It's flat, and you were right to question it. So I'm a researcher, and I research lots of things. And someone told me about flat Earth, and I told them they were crazy, right? Because I grew up.
I grew up
Well,
with
you
it.
grew up knowing it was flat.
That's right.
But in kindergarten, they told me it was a globe, so I believed that my whole life. And then finally, I tried to disprove flat Earth and
Yeah.
prove the globe. There's no proof of the globe.
Oh, no.
There's none. It's flat, which is good. It's a good thing. Because you know what that means? The globe, for the globe to be real, that means the Big Bang Theory. You know about the Big Bang Theory?
Right.
It means nothing exploded and created everything. We are random specks in the middle of a giant universe, and there's no God. But a flat Earth, intelligently designed, means that we are the center of creation.
Right.
We are important.
Right.
This
I'm
is
a church lover.
the Bible is a flat Earth book. There's a book.
That's right.
There's.
That's right. I had a big Bible. And
Yeah.
my husband was a very religious man.
So you know many verses of the Bible.
Yes, I do.
The entire Bible is a flat Earth book. There's over 200 proofs of the flat Earth.
That's right.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes, it is. Yes, yes, yes.
Appear to sink down in your field of view. That's perspective. The further away you get from it, the lower it will appear. It doesn't physically change its height, it just appears that way to your eyes, until eventually it will disappear behind the horizon formed by your eye's vanishing point. Your eye has an angular resolution of 0.2 degrees. And anything at that height will disappear beyond the limit of your sight. Many times we can see time-lapse footage of the sun that shows it getting smaller as it moves away from us. Now, that's not always the case, since the sun is travelling around the North Pole. The closer you are to the north, the less you'll see the size change. But from locations beyond the equator, you'll absolutely see the sun's size change. And that could never ever happen if the sun was 93 million miles away. You wouldn't see the sun change at all.
Our eyes cannot see farther than what they were designed to see, but that is no reason to keep them closed.
There's also an effect that occurs under certain conditions called atmospheric lensing, where the sheer amount of atmosphere, as well as the rain between you and the sun, acts like a lens and a prism, magnifying it greatly, which leads to another observational proof that the sun setting is an optical effect. At such times, when the sun is setting over the sea, and it seems as though it's half hidden by the horizon, then you can zoom in with a high-powered zoom camera and see that it's actually still above the horizon. It's just an optical illusion.
My husband was more, we had to go to church. I grew up with a family that were churchgoers.
Yeah.
And my husband was such a good man. He taught Sunday school children the Bible.
So the Bible talks about the earth being stationary and does not move, and God separated the waters from the waters. And
That's right.
That's in the beginning. And created the firmament, which is the dome that's over the flat
That's
earth.
right.
And the heavens above are probably water.
When I first moved to Florida, I used to watch the sun go down.
It's just going away. Look, here's the sun. Watch. This is the sun. Watch my hand. And as it goes away, it looks like it's setting.
Yes.
It's exactly what it is. It's all perspective, and that's why it goes away.
All right.
And then when you tell somebody this today that's been brainwashed their whole life,
Yes, the sun looks.
they say, what about boats over the horizon? Well, we debunked that by super zoom cameras. And the sun setting, we've explained that,
That's right.
how magnification, atmospheric magnification makes it look like it's going down.
Right.
There's I say there's 3 baskets when you have something. If it only works on a flat earth, only works on a ball earth, or it could work on both.
Yes.
Right? Nothing goes into the only works on a ball earth. Nothing. There's 0 things that go into the only work on a ball earth basket.
We were taught that it was flat.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yes.
We're told that the sun is a massive ball of burning gas 93 million miles away. But if that were true, then all the light that arrives here would be parallel because it's so far away. And it has to be parallel because one of the most often cited supposed globe proofs is Eratosthenes' experiment between Alexandria and Syene, by which he calculated the size of the Earth. For that calculation to be accurate, the light must come down parallel. The only problem is that that's not what we see. If you go out on a sunny day with broken cloud, what you'll see is that light comes down at angles, diverging angles. And that means that we can follow those light rays back to the source and triangulate the sun's height above the Earth, proving that the sun isn't millions of miles away. But we can also perform physical experiments that prove that these crepuscular rays, as they're called, can only be recreated with a light source that is small and close.
All right. Tell me your name.
Ruth, Heath,
Ruth, and how old are you today?
102,
102. So you were born in
1918.
1918. And we were just talking, and I asked you what shape the Earth is, and what did you say? What were you taught in school in elementary
I was taught
school?
in school that the Earth was flat.
And then what do you remember when they changed it to a globe?
Well, when they changed it, I remember when they changed it, but I can't remember the date or anything like that.
And did you believe them?
Yes, I did.
You did. Now,
I was young.
right, and we all were told by people that we trust.
That's right.
Where did you go to school? Elementary school.
I went to Spur Glen School in Hamden, Connecticut. I lived on a farm and grew up with all kinds of animals. No electricity. A big white farmhouse.
Amazing.
And we had to walk to school. We didn't have a bus to take us to school. We had to walk to school and walk home through all bad weather. It was, living on the farm was a life of, I can't explain it.
So getting back to the flat Earth, you said that you're religious, that
Yes.
you follow the Bible.
Yes, I do.
And are you aware that the Bible is all about the flat Earth? That God put the earth on the footstool and separated the waters from the waters, and created the firmament. If you read Genesis, I'm not the Bible guy. I have friends that are so good at it, but there's over 200 verses in the Bible that refer to a flat Earth.
That's right.
And I think there's only one verse that mentions Earth as a circle. But just like this table right here, that table is a circle,
Right.
but it's flat.
That's right.
Right. A circle is different than a sphere. A sphere is the same in every direction.
That's right.
The circle of the Earth. So how does it make you feel to realize that you were right as a kid?
It makes me feel better.
It does make you feel better, right?
Oh, it makes me feel alive.
Oh my God, that is so true. My whole life, I believe,
Yes.
what I was taught.
That's
and then
right.
when I discovered the flat Earth,
I feel better about it.
because we are the center of creation.
That's right.
We are important.
That's right.
We are here.
We are God's children.
Excellent.
Yes.
I will,
I believe in God. I trust God. And when all the problems that are happening in this world today.
I'll give you some good news. A lot of the problems that they report on the news aren't even real.
That's right. That's right.
They're just keeping us in fear.
Keeping up. That's right. That's right. That's right. I understand that. I understand. They just say what they want people to know.
Better late than never. Most pilots may have skipped over their training manuals. In their Flight Dynamics Summary, Section 112 explains all you'll need to know about what you're flying over. Heck, the military knows the same thing. NASA admits it as well. In tons of documents available to the public. They just assumed nobody would pay attention.
This comes from the Army Research Laboratory. This one's from the CIA. There's another one from NASA. This report documents the definitions of linear aircraft model for the rigid aircraft of consistent mass flying over a flat, non-rotating Earth. This comes right from our own government.
They don't care about the Bible. They don't care about life. They only care about I, me, myself, and I. It's a different world.
So the globe deception that a lot of people say, and I believe is literally by Satan to hide God and make people selfish and self-centered and not care and think that there's no consequences for their actions.
Right. I pray every night before I go to bed. And one night things weren't happening right. And I sat up in bed and I said, God, where are you? I need you right now. And I'm beginning to wonder, where is God?
God's right above us in the clouds. The heavens are right here. That's all that there is. And there's not infinite space. Did you know, wait, let me ask you a question, just switching topics a little bit, that we never went to the moon, that was all fake?
Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
That's not an 8-year-old's question. That's my question. I want to know, but I think I know. Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened.
Is that right?
That's correct.
I saw that all happening.
Yeah, so did I, and we all believed it, but that was just to reinforce that people to believe they can live on a ball and they could walk on a ball. Nobody's ever been to space because space doesn't exist. There is no space. There's just this world.
Oh, it's such a lie.
It's such a lie, but knowing the lie is like going to a magic show.
I woke up.
Yes, that's what we call it. We call it red. This is your moment of waking up.
Oh.
It's when you go to see a magician and you know how the tricks are done, and the magic no longer works on you, and you're free from the illusion. So knowing this is going to free your heart.
Cry.
Yeah, that's okay.
It makes me cry.
Happiness.
Yes.
Tears of joy.
Yes. Yes. I know that we were true, and they're hiding us.
Yes, it's good though.
It's good.
It's very good.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
I'm awake.
Yes.
I'm awake.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to end this video now, and I will try to give you some more information. Can you read? Are you able to read?
No.
You're not able to read.
No.
You're able to listen to things?
Well, I have to use up here
Okay.
because I'm legally blind.
I got it. All right. So you can't see how good looking I am?
No.
You just have to trust my opinion. This is the perfect woman for me. She can't see me. All right. Thank you so much.
And it's my pleasure.
All right.
It's my pleasure to know that It's true.
It is absolutely true.
Oh, it's amazing.
Here's the thing: if you tell other people that aren't awake, they'll think you're crazy.
That's right. That's right.
That's their problem.
No, I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah. So good, right? I'm glad we met.
I'm so happy.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. It's right.
All right, I'm gonna. This is what I did. I was visiting my mother, and I asked who the oldest, most lucid person was, and they introduced me to Ruth. Ruth, right?
Yes.
And I encourage anyone else that has access to an old age home to do the same, because there's not many people like Ruth left that remember these things. We also talked about the World's Fair that she attended, and she said that the lights were the most amazing part.
Most amazing thing.
Yeah.
I never got over that. I never, all my life, it's right there. The lights were so bright. And living in the darkness for so many years as a child, all of a sudden the world opened up.
Amazing. All right, Ruth, thank you.
Thank you. I'm amazed. I'm so happy to know it's true.
It's true, and God created this world. And He's right here in the clouds above, close, not in an infinite universe. So good, right?
And I can't get over it. Made me cry.
Made me cry too.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Ruth, give me a hug. Here we go.
I need it.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Greetings to you, my young friend. Our very distinguished guest for this evening is Admiral Richard E. Byrd.
I must say that Admiral Byrd, our guest tonight, is not only our greatest living explorer, but he's been an inspiration to countless Americans. Admiral Byrd, is there any unexplored land left on this earth that might appeal to adventurous young Americans?
Yes, there is. Strangely enough, there's left in the world today an area as big as the United States that's never been seen by a human being. And I think it's quite astonishing that there should be an area as big as that unexplored. But more important than that, it has to do with the future of the nation, those to come after us, or even during your lifetime. Because it happens to be an untouched reservoir of natural resources. An area as big as the United States that's never been seen by a human being.
Since late 2014, one of the biggest things I've heard, the earth is flat. Why don't you find the edge and fall off? Why don't you make up an expedition and gather people and go find the edge and take a picture of the edge? Well, my response is, can you fall off the edge of a lake, a pond, an ocean? Let's see if you have any imagination left in that brain of yours. And pretend this is all the water in the world. This is the 71% covered earth-filled pond. All the water of the world. So let's just say this is trillions upon trillions upon trillions of gallons. You've got the continents, the islands in the middle. In the center where all compasses point, you can circumnavigate, circle the lake or the pond left or right. But as you venture outwards, towards the banks, towards outer space, what happens? Once you pass that 60th degree parallel and you hit the ice wall, the ice cliff of Antarctica, what happens? Do you fall off the edge? Is there an edge here? Because we know the physics of water is to find and maintain level if you've been paying attention. And also, water must be contained. It is contained. We climb up the banks and we keep going outward, southward. What happens to their control when millions of people travel
beyond the 60th parallel
They knew this was going to get out. They knew people were going to wake up. What if Star Wars is true? What if this extraterrestrial, these extra terrains, they're telling us the truth, minus the vacuum of space, because they got to put a Hollywood spin on it, don't they? Star Wars, Star Trek. What if you Globers can have your Star Wars and your Star Trek at the same time? Isn't that awesome? How does that make you feel?
They don't care about the Bible. They don't care about life.
The Flat Earth Sun and Moon Clock App, a dynamic new app to teach family and friends about where they actually live. The sky is a perfect clock. The sun measures the hours and days. The moon measures the weeks and months. The star constellations measure the seasons and years. 12/12 or 24-hour clock face, or go hands-free. The Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock App with new added features. World Time. See what time it is all around the flat Earth. A true Earth compass that shows true navigation across and around the flat Earth plane. Weather. Tap for detailed local weather information. Know what phase and where the moon is at all times. Watch the sun travel between the tropics for the seasons. Select an amazing background. Add your own or have the app change it to a new one automatically every time you use the app. Add a countdown to your next big date. Learn the truth about our world with the featured video of the day. Web button for additional flat Earth related features, from the mythical curve calculator all the way to Tartaria. While talking to friends, easily pull up pictures that expose the globe lie and shine light on the flat Earth truth. Video playlists in different languages. See the real trade winds circling the flat Earth, and clean screen features. Simply click off the items you don't wish to see. The Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app is the best tool to show your friends and strangers how our flat Earth actually works.